Welcome to THS. So Emily Blunt and John Krasinski comes to us as two concerning parents against all odds, trying to protect their children from these monsters that, even though they don't have no eyesight, they rely on acute hearing ability. And there's one thing that you are going to notice is there is very little dialogue in this film, and the characters have to rely on sign language and other means to communicate with each other. And when this happens in a movie like this one, the director has a lot of pressure on him trying to make sure that every character delivers top performances and keep a perfect balance in the film. It's like when people are in charge of filming a movie, they have a very small budget, and then they realize they have to work with what they have. It has happened in the past. We have seen great horror films that are done with very little money, and it turns out to be great. So the same thing happens here. There's very little dialogue, and the director has to make sure that everyone delivers top-notch performances. When I saw the trailer months ago, I was transported back in time with that 1980s movies. I think it was Tremors with Kevin Bacon. Was it in the 80s or 90s, something like that? I think there have been like 3 movies already. It also has a little bit of Signs, the movie Signs with Mel Gibson. I really love that movie. But this movie is so different because just with the slightest sound, noise that you make, you are probably dead already. So it's very unique. It really pushes the boundaries of delivering a great story for us. And that's how you make a good horror film. Writing a good horror film is not easy. It's a difficult genre to deliver, to accomplish. But this movie really knocked it out of the park, and I'm very happy how it turned out to be. The movie already starts out with an infestation of monsters in the year 2020. I noticed that there was no story of how the monsters, became to be or got here in the planet. I think it was still a good move. It just, got over with it really quick. The movie, I think it lasts like around 90 minutes, but it's one hell of a ride, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. The film keeps you on the edge right from the start, and it does it in such a way that it just makes you ask yourself how these people are going to beat the odds, how these people are going to, accomplish what they have to do in order to survive. The movie is more of a lesson because that's how real life is. You know how it is. You have constant battles. You always are against the odds. And, the movie delivers this in such a way. The story is so good. It's so well put together that it becomes so believable. The actors did so great. I would have to start with Emily Blunt. The first time that I saw her was with The Devil Wears Prada. And in this movie, she portrays this concerning mother that is constantly, she has this worriness of how she's going to protect her children. I think she did really good, and it just gives us an example of what is a real mother. Krasinski's character was really good. He did really well as this father, trying to be a provider and a protector, providing shelter, providing food, secureness, making sure that everyone, stays quiet and put. He did really well, and you could see the passion that he had as a father. I really liked the kid actor, the little boy, how he was acting. He was very concerned about the noises that his father was making, all the way, to the end. He was very concerned about, let's stay quiet. No, Dad, let's not do this. Let's not do that. He was always on the edge. The other actor, the child actor, was portraying a deaf daughter, where she had to use this, artifact to listen and hear and everything. I liked her as well. One thing that I would like to point out is the sound effects in this movie. Once again, I go back. There is very little dialogue in this movie, and the people behind this film, they really have to push forward, and the sound effects were right on the dots. I mean, even the jump scares in this movie were really good. I liked them all. On the creature design, I was really impressed because in some movies, for instances, you want to see a monster, but you can't because the camera is always moving and shaking, and you could barely see. Maybe you saw his arm or leg or the side of his face, but not in this film. The cameraman and the director was made. They really made an effort to deliver a full blown creature for us to enjoy. And the people that designed this monster, what a talent! Really good. The special effects, the visual effects on the monster were top notch. As a mild spoiler, you could see him opening up his ear over here, and you could see all of the inner workings. Sometimes, he would face you, and his face would open up like a satellite dish, trying to pick up any vibrations that he could pick up. Awesome creature design, really good. They show a lot of it. I was really happy, with the job, very good. It's just that I love these movies that have to do with the end of the world. This crisis where, these characters have to rely on very little to survive, because it just makes the movie so interesting. And this movie, I think you're going to be happy. So if you're asking me if you should pass it or not, I'm going to tell you, go and see this movie right now. You're still on time. You're going to enjoy it. Don't read any more articles. Try not to watch any more trailers. Just go and watch it and come back and comment. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.